It'd help if I unmuted my mic, wouldn't it? Okay. Well, upon request, I'm playing 60 seconds again. This time we're gonna try for a different ending than the secret agent dudes. New game. The full experience. Do Ted. Yeah, we'll just run on Fat Man again. Okay, so we've got Timmy there, gas mask there, bunch of food and water in there, poison in there. Radio is right there, I think. Grab this, grab this. Okay, run, 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 run. Oh no, it's at this end of the house. God, why is she so big? Dolores, go on. Oh, we need water. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, I really need water. Also, need a radio, which I do not have. Nope, nope, I didn't make it. Well, that was a quick run. I'm glad my family made it. Good job, guys. Game over for me, though. Dang. That was too quick. Alright, let's do this again. Flashlight in there. Dolores. Her. Timmy is here. Okay. Glad she's right there. It's a quick grab and go. Water. Soup. Sure, we'll grab the chessboard. Why not? Another soup. Okay. Radio, soup, gas mask, sure, and water. Or more soup, I guess. Okay. Dolores, Dolores, Dolores. Let's grab you. Grab flashlight. Water. I need more food and water for sure. Okay, there's water here. Come on. Water there. Oh, I'm just gonna have to go. Okay. No food, really. I think I got maybe 2 cans of food. Okay. I mean, it looks better than I think it is. Almost made it into the shelter, just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. Our shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use the stocked supplies instead of leaving them for an emergency. Once we had a soup dinner party, another time we needed the rifle to help our neighborhood watch in a vicious fight against raccoons. Luckily, some of our supplies were left untouched. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Oh, I actually got more soup than I thought. You know what? Let's give everybody soup and water for the day. We've been busy since we got to the shelter, but there's still much to be done, like trimming that shrubbery in our yard. That's definitely something we need to do when we get out of here. Our relocation is probably something we'll be able to discuss after we get out of here. Ted is fine. Mary Jane didn't cause any trouble today, and no trouble dared to cross her path. Dolores is fine, and well, as much as anyone can be fine and will be in this tiny shelter. Nothing new to report on Timmy. Time to ration supplies. I think you're all good for now. Our neighborhood is still highly radioactive. Trips to the surface are a big risk to our health right now. Ted is happy to risk his life in the wastes. You know what? Sure, I'll send Ted out tomorrow. We had planned to go to Niagara Falls and see those beautiful waterfalls. We never expected to get a waterfall of our very own in our shelter. Right now, it seems like half a dozen pipes burst and all that water is pouring out into our bunker. We need to save our supplies. Save the radio. The radio is so very important. The radio was rescued first before any of that filthy liquid got into its case. It wasn't long before most of the water disappeared, but the damage it done was enough to upset us. Cleaning and fixing this mess will take us days. And what's that smell? There isn't much going on with Ted. No trouble, nothing new. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. Dolores is fine and well, as much as anyone can be fine and well in this tiny shelter. Timmy's good, well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. They're all good on supplies for now. Some of us are keener to go outside than others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able and reasonable person for the quest to gather more supplies. You got this, Ted. Yeah, take the gas mask. It's probably a good idea. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Is there any water left? Dolores can't remain this thirsty for long. Timmy doesn't need much, but he should drink. Alright, give him some water. We heard something about supply drops on the radio. This just might be what we need to survive, and it's supposed to happen near our house. Shall we go out and find out if it's really happening? No! I gave the gas mask to Ted. Dang it. Mistake on my part. Okay. It was too dangerous to go out there without any protection, so we decided to stay indoors and listen to the radio. The static is so relaxing. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty, Dolores is no longer thirsty, and Timmy's no longer thirsty. Time to ration supplies. We woke up today feeling very uncomfortable. It was like someone or something was watching us. We could have sworn we noticed movement in shadows. If anything besides us is alive in this bunker, it's time to teach it who's boss around here. Well, I don't have a weapon. As we were running around looking for something to smash that furry rodent with, it just disappeared. So did one of our food cans. The question is, how did that devil fit through one of those holes? Little holes. Mary Jane didn't cause any trouble today, and no trouble but dare cross her path. Doris is quite calm, given the situation. Timmy is on his best behavior. How long will it last? Okay. We've been hearing strange noises lately. Is it coming from outside, or is it something that came into the shelter with us? Could it be? We found nothing? We feel like we might be going crazy? We should probably get busy with something to keep us occupied before this gets worse. Good thing I grabbed some entertainment. Was that a knock? Having some fun made us forget about... What was it again? Water is what Mary Jane needs most. If anyone water for Dolores and water for Timmy. Okay, we'll water them up. Today, we've met a bunch of people dressed in what looks like Halloween doctor outfits. They claim to be a field hospital moving from place to place and attempting to help those hurt by the hazards of the wastelands. The problem is, some of their supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking if we have any spare hydrogen peroxide. This isn't hydrogen peroxide, it's just water, but, I mean, guess we're just missing 3 of the oxygen there. Oh, well, 4 of it. 4 oxygen. A bottle of relatively clean water is the closest we will ever get to hydrogen peroxide. The guests were grateful anyway. Ted was safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Our expedition was able to get to a local hospital. It appears that the blast blew up some of the upper floors, beds, some with patients still on them, and shreds of medical equipment were lying all over the place. However, after exploring the first floor, we concluded that the majority of people inside evacuated the building in time. The canteen had a respectable supply of tomato soup. It looks like this was the only thing they fed their patients. We're 100% sure it's healthy. There were plenty of bottles of liquid in one of the wards. Peroxide or not, water is water, and beggars can't be choosers. One of the dead patients had an axe sticking out of his back. According to his chart, he was feeling perfectly fine before the atomic blast. We decided he probably no longer needed that axe. Damn it, our gas mask was damaged during the expedition. Ted is really tired. Ted looks very weak. If he doesn't eat today, it might end really badly. Okay, no one else is thirsty. Okay, let's give everybody some food. We do need to do an expedition. 1 minute it was all fine, and the next we were at each other's throats. How did this happen? This is insane. We need to get a grip on ourselves. If we are going to survive this, let's just keep sleep on it. Nine. Enough of arguing. There are more important things to worry about. Ted still hasn't recovered his energy. All Ted wishes for is a few drops of water. Ted is hungry. Dolores is no longer hungry. Timmy's no longer hungry. Mary Jane is fine. Doesn't need anything. Okay. Nope. Nope. We don't need water for everybody. Just Ted. And soup for Ted, too, I believe. All Ted wishes for a few drops of water. Ted is hungry. Yes. Okay, enough sitting around. It's time to visit the surface and look for some additional supplies. Maybe something survived the blast. Maybe someone is still alive. Let's find out. Timmy, you're a brave boy. We'll send you with the bullets. I don't know how helpful they're gonna be. If anything, I just lose some bullets, I guess. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Ted is still mighty tired and needs more time to recover his strength. Ted isn't hungry anymore. Awesome. Everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Is there any water? Dolores wants water. Okay. So, you guys both want water, but that's it. It's been a while. We don't know how much. Don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If only we had a chance to tune in to some emergency radio broadcasts and learn a thing or two. Well, we will do just that. Okay. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Ted is still tired. A few days of rest is what he needs. No, they're no longer thirsty. Awesome. The other day, we heard a quiet knock on our door. But when we opened, we only found a suitcase on the doorstep and there was no one around. It isn't signed, but it sure looks like it's meant for us. Should we check it? What's inside? Sure. I have a med kit just in case. Oh, I've received a gift. We gladly accepted this sudden gift, and despite our suspicions, it turned out it was just the regular tomato soup that we all know and love. Thank you, kind stranger. Ted has rested. Ted should drink something. Ted's stomach is rumbling. So they all need food, it looks like. Well, we'll give them food and water. We were about to go to sleep when we heard someone knocking on the door. Who could it be at this hour? Who could it be in this part of the wasteland? How in the hell did they survive the nuke? Should we open it? Yeah, let's open it. Ah, Ted's sick. Turned out it was a nice, mysterious fellow in a weird suit. He gave us some soup cans. This will help us survive the next couple of days. Opening that hatch was a bit risky. It seems it gave us some awful sickness. That coughing is driving us crazy. Ted's no longer thirsty. He isn't hungry, but he is infected. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane today. Cat, let's medkit you up. The problem is simple. If we don't wash ourselves, we'll get sick. Seriously sick. It smells really bad down here, and it doesn't seem like it'll get any better over the next couple of days. How about we do something to fix it? Bug spray. Glad I have some of these items. I wasted my gas mask, though. We finally have a good use for that bug spray we brought down. It probably smells better than we do, so we can use it to become a bit more presentable, smell-wise anyway. Ted has recovered from sickness. Mary Jane seems fine today. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Today's been fine for delays. That's far. No one needs any food or water today. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we will have to leave eventually. It would be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble. If that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so we know they must exist. Well, all we need to do is make contact with the military. And Timmy's back, it seems. Yeah, you don't look too good, though. Good news! The government made a radio broadcast about extracting survivors from our area. The announcer asked everyone listening to wait a while longer and expect further communication in a few days. We'll be out of here soon. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We quickly discovered that the local supermarket has become the base of operations for a raider group. They are armed and dangerous. Sometimes they would leave to plunder and ransack the area. Even if it's risky, that was the best time to try to steal from them. Sneaking through the store shelves provided us with a few soup cans. The way was clear to the staff room. Instead, we found nothing but a water cooler. Free water for employees. Wow. That must have been a dream job. The bandits just kept some of their guns in the staff room. The good thing about that, none of the raiders were near it. But we were. We were in a rush because the raiders could come back any minute. We grabbed a few things at random. One of them turned out to be a bug killing spray. Cool, so I got bug spray again. During the trip, we lit a fire to warm up a bit. It wasn't long before we had a few bandits standing next to our fireplace, demanding we give them all of our supplies in a sudden rush of adrenaline. We decided to toss a few bullets into the fire. What followed was a barrage that sent those bastards running with their pants on fire. In their haste, they even forgot a few of their belongings. We believe that our expedition to the wastelands must have been followed by strangers. We should be more cautious next time. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street, but couldn't get a good enough look at it in the dark. Maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Ted should drink. Okay, they should all drink, and Timmy needs to eat. Okay, we'll give everybody some water, and you know what? We'll give everybody some food as well. The state of the wasteland remains unknown to us. Maybe we should risk it. Yes, I agree. Alright, Mary Jane, you're next on the docket. Oh, we didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop. Yet here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Yeah, we'll have Dolores answer it. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they'll get back to us. Timmy should eat and needs to rest. No one else is thirsty. Awesome. So Timmy just needs to eat. We're feeling pretty optimistic about today's expedition. The only thing left to do is choose the right person to go outside. Mary Jane. You know what? You get nothing. You get to go out alone. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Timmy's very hungry. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. Ted is not complaining today, at least not very much. Today's been fine for Dolores thus far. Okay, so you need food again. Life in the shelter can really put a strain on personal relationships. Privacy is a forgotten, impossible concept now, so even if you wanted to clear the air, well, even the most private conversations are guaranteed an unwanted audience. Dolores and Ted could really use a quiet moment to talk in peace. How about a picnic in a nearby park? Sure, why not? Oh, is this another radio broadcast? Nothing like a romantic outing to a ruined post-apocalyptic park, complete with giggling and whispering. Sweet nothings over a shared can of tomato soup. At least that's how Ted remembers it. Dolores is unwilling to comment, but they both feel better today, so clearly whatever happened has lifted their spirits. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. Timmy's no longer hungry. How about getting Timmy something to drink? He's not looking too well. Everybody's thirsty. Okay. Our patience is wearing thin. We thought it would be a good idea to take a quick look outside to see if there's any trouble in the area. As we were about to step out, a pair of animal eyes flashed in the darkness, and their owner started growling in a most terrifying way. We only had moments to decide what to do. That's what the gun's for. A quick shot with the rifle is more than enough to scare away or maybe bring down whatever creature stalked us in the darkness. We never saw it again. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. Okay, they're no longer thirsty. Wait for the instruction from the military. Wait for the instruction from friendly wastelanders. Okay. We found some weird mushrooms growing on one of the walls. Food shortage is no laughing matter, so maybe it would be a good idea to grab a mushroom bite or two. What's the worst thing that can happen? Sure, why not? Somebody's gonna be sick, huh? No, everybody's fine. Yeah, just knock at the door. Those were delicious. Our only concern is that they were glowing in the dark, and now we are too, for that matter. Timmy still hasn't rested. There's nothing going on with Ted, nothing new anyway. Dolores is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. Okay, everybody's doing good. As we were about to start our book club discussion on the only book we've all read, the phone book, we were interrupted by rapid knocking at the door. We found out it was a group of refugees who survived the blast, just like we did. They are doing much worse than us and begged us to provide them with any water, food, or medical supplies we could spare. We can go without food for longer than water, so I'll spare some food. We've never seen anyone so touched by a simple gift. A minute later, those poor people were hugging us like there was no tomorrow. Quite possible, actually. And thanking us for the gesture. They were eager to repay us, and one of their group offered us a map of the local area. They claimed it helped them get here. So it brought luck upon whoever used it. We promised we will give it a try and wish them a safe journey. Ted needs water. Ted is pretty fatigued. There has to be some water left, or I should get it. Timmy is rested. Timmy has been talking about nothing other than water and needs something to drink. Okay, let's give everybody some food and water. Oh, a traveling salesman paid us a visit today. He introduced himself as Willie. Apparently, business can do well even after the end of the world. Offers a soup in exchange for cards, which I don't have. I have the chessboard. I don't need food or water, though. I'm doing pretty good. Another knock, huh? Wow, lots of visitors. That salesman was very friendly, but he didn't have anything that was of interest to us. Ted is no longer thirsty. Timmy is pretty fatigued. Okay, so they're all good. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from outside our door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open it? Yes, open the door! Ooh, he doesn't look too good. We regretted opening that door. The minute we saw who was standing on the other side, dark faces, rifles, and determined looks of a band of teenagers. We're doomed, we thought. Then, out of the blue, one of them asked as if we're with the Reds. Asked us if we were with the Reds. We've never supported the Red Sox, so we confidently said that we weren't. The tension dropped immediately, and those nice young people gave us 2 bottles of water. They also told us to have no fear. Since Wolverines are around, we're not sure what Wolverines are. What Wolverines have to do with all this, but we took their word for it. Ted is fine. Dolores is fine and well, as much as... Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Give me a second. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Ted is fine. Dolores is fine and well, as much as anyone can be fine and well in this tiny shelter. Timmy seems okay, as much as he can be in our current situation. Time to ration supplies. No one needs anything. We could use some extra supplies. The last time we went on a supply run, we noticed a damaged tank stuck in the rubble nearby. How about we send someone to investigate? Let's send Ted. Okay. Ooh, she does not look good, and I do not have medical stuff, so hopefully she's okay. Looks like army rations also consist mostly of canned tomato soup and bottled water. Unless someone else left these supplies in the wrecked tank, nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. The nearby docks house some fancy-looking boats. One of them managed to survive the tidal wave caused by the atomic blast. Well, kinda. It landed on our neighbor's house. It looked worth checking out. We found a few soup cans in the yacht cargo hold. It seems like rich people like soup too. Soup is great. We love soup. Soup! Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? We've kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. All Ted wishes for are a few drops of water. Mary Jane's quite hungry, really tired, and caught something nasty. There has to be some sort of water left, or should get it. Timmy has been talking about nothing other than water. He should drink some. Yeah, everybody, let's give some food and water. The state of the wasteland remains unknown to us. Maybe we should risk it and go out. After all, you only live once. Alright, Dolores hasn't been out to the wasteland yet, so she's going out next time. Today, the music from the radio stopped abruptly, and instead we got to listen to a transmission from the army. We're almost halfway to the door when they started talking about evacuation, but it turns out there's something we need to do first. All survivors were asked to leave a sign that we're alive somewhere in the area. The exact location was given in geographical coordinates. We need a map to establish where that is. Good thing I got a map from survivors. Man, these guys are not looking too good. A quick glance at the map gives us all the information we required. We left them a message in a bottle. Mary Jane is quite hungry. If we don't cure Mary Jane soon, who knows what will happen. Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to recover. Well, I don't have a med kit, so sucks to suck. No one else is thirsty. Okay, so let's give her some food. Some of us are keener to go outside than others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able and reasonable person. She hasn't gone out yet, so we're sending her... You know what? We'll send her with the map. Hopefully it doesn't get lost. Day 26. It's pretty good. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Mary Jane's quite hungry. Mary Jane's condition isn't any better today. Mary Jane's still tired. Ted is fine, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing just fine. Cat, you're hungry again. When we heard a knock on the door this morning, we held our breath in fear. But we soon heard children's voices coming from outside. We decided to open up. It turned out the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they have branched out, and now they offer other items too. Smart girls. Ooh, the gas mask would be good to have again. So, let's trade with them. The girls were very kind, and their prices were more than fair, so we gladly accepted their offer. How very clever of them to keep their business alive, even after the apocalypse. We're impressed. Aren't there any drugs we could give Mary Jane? Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. Mary Jane is no longer hungry. Mary Jane is thirsty. Okay, so everybody looks like they're thirsty. Let's give them all water. Sorry, I have nothing for your health. A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? Sure, why not? I bet it's the cat. I think it's the cat in the bag. Yep, there he is. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sharikov. Is that its name? Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to recover. Mary Jane is all well now. She recovered, yay. And they are no longer thirsty. Okay. So she just needs some time to recover. Time to ration supplies. We're all good. We were paid a visit today by a young man worried about his twin sister, who went missing in a bandit camp not long ago. While acting as a spy and trying to get her hands on the plans of the new bandit fortress, he seemed to trust us fully and is very friendly, but obviously concerned. He asks that we come to his aid for this hour of need, and really good things might happen as if we manage to succeed. All right, Timmy, now's the time. Be a brave boy. The young man was assisted by a group of other survivors, all armed but really friendly. We found the girl, threw her a weapon, and fought off the bandits guarding the exit. Siblings were happy to be reunited, but also very confused. Turns out the bandit leader is actually their father. Crazy small world we live in. Anyway, they were really thankful and promised to contact us again soon. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Even though the world has gone to a crappy place, Toom's okay as much as he can be in his current situation. Okay, let's give everybody some food. Mutated rodents are attacking our supplies. We're not sure if they're rats, feral bunnies, or just mutated hamsters. All of these options are pretty grim. We could use spare ammunition or something else to get rid of every one of these pests. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. Guess we're still top of the food chain. Good for us. Damn, our gun blew up when we tried to shoot the thing. Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to recover. Mary Jane is no longer hungry. Mary Jane is thirsty. Mary Jane is fatigued. Yeah, water would be nice for everybody. Okay. Still waiting for stuff there. Okay. The boredom and silence are overwhelming. Too bad we don't have a TV to keep us occupied, but maybe we could take advantage of some of our supplies and pretend they're props on a movie set. Oh, my day's going pretty okay. How about yours? No, wouldn't feed the kids if I want to get further in the game. Ted and Mary Jane used to be big cinema buffs before the apocalypse, so they instantly jumped on this idea. Mary Jane always complained, singing in the rain lacks action, so they took the axe and improvised an extra scene. Very bloody. They insist the movie would have been way better if it had more axes in it. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Mary Jane is arrested. Mary Jane's no longer thirsty. Timmy's no longer thirsty. Okay, they're all good for now. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams, we could hear a voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We could probably listen to it, but what about the children? We'll listen to it. Yeah, I also hope it goes good. My first run today, I didn't make it out of the house. I almost made it to the exit before blowing up. But my other runs have all gone with the, like, 2 spy guys. And I'm trying to get something different this time. We were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. Either way, they're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Not a word. How disappointing. Ted is not complaining today. At least not very much. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling the situation. She looks fine today. No news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy. Dolores is way better than Ted. I kind of agree. But she's out in the wasteland currently, so... no one was hungry, right? No. Okay. Sharkov is still a fresh addition to our little family, so we need to keep an eye on it. And believe it or not, just today we noticed something else on its collar. It seems to be a metal plate with an address on it. And it's not far. Should we take a quick trip and see what's there? So, no on this one, because that's how I met the 2 spy guys, I think. And I want to avoid them this time. Oh, Dolores, you do not look good. This cat belongs to us now. It's our new dear friend and a valuable addition to our bunker. We managed to use it as a pillow for a whole 10 seconds yesterday before it almost scratched our eyes out. Clearly, it's very fond of us. It's staying, and that's final. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. We came across a local church at the end of the road. Most of it was destroyed, but the priest's quarters survived the blast. A group of people survived there and started a cult. They believe that everything that's been happening is a game tailored for everyone's amusement. How crazy is that? Cultists decided they won't be needing any holy water. We did a bit of miracle work and turned empty wine bottles into quite full water bottles. We believe that our expedition to the Wasteland must have been followed by strangers. We should be more cautious next time. Ted should drink something. Getting something to drink for Mary Jane. Dolores has not eaten, is really tired, fatigued, and ill. And Timmy can't go without water for long. Okay, let's get ready to some food and water then. We're not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. Oh, sorry, I got the hiccups. Let's send Mary Jane out. I sent Timmy out earlier. How about we put that radio to good use? Something might be on air even now. Oh, now two of them are sick. Oh no. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. We could hear nothing but the annoying static. Better luck next time. Ted seems to have developed an allergy to our furry guest. He's been coughing and sneezing all night long. We should try giving him some medication. Dolores would really love to eat something. Dolores' health is not improved. Dolores complains she still can't get a good night's sleep around here. Ted's no longer thirsty, and he's become infected now. Not great. Everybody should be good except Dolores. Yeah, she needs some food. Okay. This is a good day to go outside, stretch a bit, and get some fresh air, toxic air. Maybe scavenge a thing or two. We sure could use some extra supplies. That's if we want to survive. Alright, get out there, Timmy. I'm not sending you with anything because I need these supplies, probably. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dolores is still quite ill. Dolores complains she still can't get a good night's sleep around here. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing's new. Okay, so Dolores just needs some food. During our last expedition, we finally approached that nearby vehicle. It was a tank, missing wheels, and a few other crucial components. The outside was rusty and a little bent up. If we hope to ever drive away from here, we should scavenge for something to reinforce it. Anything we should grab for this little supply run? Let's grab the gas mask, just because I don't think that's going to be super vital. Y'all better improve quick. The gas mask proved useful while exploring a very stinky warehouse nearby. We found some sheet metal next to some cartons filled with expired milk and rotten eggs. The sheets were installed as armor on our post-apocalyptic vehicle. Unfortunately, the mask's filter was totally used up. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. All Ted wishes for is a few drops of water. Okay, Dolores' health has not improved. She's no longer hungry, though. It looks like everyone is thirsty. Yesterday, during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism. I think I would have done better instead of trying to read that word, just saying the word. And it has left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insists on home, or rather, shelter schooling Mary Jane a little. Yeah, sure, why not? Give you something to do. Oh, you get... Okay, she's better. Awesome. Ted doesn't look great, but that's okay. Dolores does not mess around. What started out as a spelling exercise has quickly found its way to a math revision, followed by a short physics course, and ending on tinkering with random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny that the state of our shelter has improved today. Cool, I got my gun back. Awesome. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. No longer thirsty. Mary Jane's tired. Dolores was cured from her illness. Yay! We've been hearing some soft scratchy noises in the shelter at night. We thought it was just the wind, but we were wrong. It's the cat. It's not really doing anything naughty. It seems like it just squeezes through some holes in the wall and makes its way outside. We're not sure where it goes during these secret trips, but every morning it's back in the shelter like nothing happened. Should we follow it next time it sneaks out? Yeah, I'm a little curious, actually. knocking on the door, huh? Sherkov took us to an old junkyard that's inhabited only by a lone resident, a self-proclaimed scientist, living in an old bus, converted into a lab to conduct his experiments. The doc seemed happy to have his pet back, although the cat showed no enthusiasm at the prospect. We exchanged some small talk, but truth be told, we were kind of in a hurry to get out of there. The scientist didn't seem completely sane. He mentioned something about escaping the wasteland in a spaceship. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Okay, so let's give Mary Jane some food. The twin siblings contacted us again. Today they visited our humble shelter saying they're looking for a map of the nearby area. The plan is to find a relatively safe place for a new camp that could accommodate their whole group and anybody else who would want to move in with them. A plan of the city would be very helpful in their situation, at least to help organize their scouting expeditions. I do have a map! Awesome! Ooh, another radio! We were happy to see them again. We quickly handed them our map and pointed out several locations that might be worth checking out. They left before it got dark to still get a few hours of scouting in daylight, but they said that they would definitely be back again to share some news and a friendly chat. We hope they find a good place. Maybe we could visit them when the camp is ready. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Ted's really thirsty and his stomach's rumbling. Okay. Tired, she becomes cranky, she gets better in a few days. She's no longer hungry, thirsty and has to drink something, and Dolores needs... Okay. You know what? Food... Ted, I think, needed food. Is that right? Yeah, Ted's hungry and thirsty. Mary Jane's not hungry, but she is thirsty. And Dolores is thirsty. Okay. We received another army transmission this morning. We wish it would mark the end of our stay in the shelter, but it seems the military has other plans. All survivors in the area were asked to head to the nearby park and chop down as many trees as possible to aid the excavation effort. Whatever that means, we may as well join in and speed the whole affair up. Alright. Good thing I have the axe. Ted, you better not be dead. Still sick, but not dead. We chopped down as many trees as we could. It wasn't much, but hopefully it will make the difference they wanted. Next time they get in touch, it'd be better be from a tank parked on our lawn, or what's left our only regret is that this wood chopping business ruined our axe. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. Ted's no longer thirsty, no longer hungry. Mary Jane's sleeping all the time. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Dolores needs food. Let's give these two both some food. We might be safe inside these walls, but there are other problems to consider. None of us can sleep properly. We have to deal with this as soon as possible, otherwise we might end up falling asleep in the face of real danger. Like Saucerman from Mars! Okay. Things are starting to look a little bleak. But Ted's still kicking. So, bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were. And there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. When we woke up today, we discovered that Sharkov somehow found its way back to our shelter. Does that mean it'll stay for good? We're not sure what exactly transpired between the little guy and its owner. We asked, but it wouldn't tell. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. Dolores is no longer hungry. She is tired, though. Maybe I can just give him some food and water, and hopefully that'll fix him up. Just when we thought we might have a quiet day, we got invaded. A group of bandits is on the other side of that door, demanding we walk out with our hands in the air, or they will get in the hard way. That doesn't sound too good. What do we do? Harmonica! Sure. Wait for the instructions. Wait for the instructions from the military. Okay. Yeah, let's harmonica and hope it works. Oh! Is Timmy back? He is. They lowered down their weapons and cried a few tears. Surprised by the beauty of our music, they will let us live today. We were so afraid for Timmy, but we came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Our house is in ruins. We still haven't paid the mortgage. We need to worry about that. No need to worry about that now, is there? The least we can do is was pick through whatever was left and see if there are any useful items. Maybe one of Timmy's comic books survived. The only recognizable furniture in the kids' room were burned desks and Mary Jane's bed. There was a hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soup cans. Our kitchen is a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs that matched the floor tiles. Now there were nowhere to be found. Only a few bottles of water remained, scattered in the dirt. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. Water is the only thing Mary Jane needs right now. Okay, so well, water, hungry and tired. Okay, so let's food and water everyone. We're almost certain there are more bandits around. Running into them would be a big mistake. Ted might be able to survive the... Ooh. Yeah, Ted's not looking good, is he? Let's prepare, because maybe one of them will be better. A loud crash, a surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Sharkov found a new toy, a bit of innocuous wiring that it ripped out of the wall. Who knows what the cable's for, but our lights are still on, so it can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away from our fluffy friend and investigate it? No, because I don't want to go see the spies. Oh, and he's still sick. We don't really want to risk pissing off Sharkov by taking his toy away. We've already gotten scratched for a lot less. Let's just leave it be. That wire's probably useless. Ted is still sick. Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. Mary Jane's no longer thirsty. Dolores complains she still can't get a good night's sleep around here. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy should eat something and still hasn't rested. Okay. Let's do one more round of food for everyone. And another thing of water for everybody. Just because I need people in tip-top shape. And yeah, we're not sending you out there, Ted. You're not doing okay. Still not doing okay, but he's still alive. And that's what matters. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. Mary Jane is tired. She becomes cranky. Should be better in a few days. Timmy should eat something. Okay. Let's give Timmy some food. Judging by the sound of the gunfire and screams, it seems like a band of thugs is taking control of the area. Going out could be very risky. But Dolores can go out now. Timmy got back to the shelter from his expedition and looked fine, but it turned out he had hurt his hand on a piece of rusty metal and his wound was infected. It doesn't look like it's healing up. Ooh, we have to patch it. I don't have anything to patch it, though. Damn military. I've given you everything. The best medicine for any sickness or injury is to clench your teeth and ignore it. That's what our grandma always said, of course. She's dead now and has been for a while, ever since she got that nasty frog bite at the age of 25. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. Timmy's no longer hungry. Timmy fell sick. Today's been fine for Dolores thus far. Alright. Time to ration supplies. We don't have a lot of food and water left, but I need people to get better. Enough sitting around. It's time to visit the surface and look for some additional supplies. We'll send out Dolores. Let's send her with a... Yeah, let's send her with the gun. She better come back with that gun. Dolores is on her way out to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Ted is still sick. Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to recover. If we don't do anything about Timmy's sickness, it might get worse. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. That's all I can do. I only have half a can of soup left. What's that sound? A galloping horse? We rushed to the door and were greeted by two men dressed like they'd come from medieval fair. We identified the source of the sound. One of them was holding two rocks and hitting them against each other constantly, while the other was skipping and pretending to be a rider. They said they're looking for some antique cup, but they got lost, and they would be most grateful if we would let them check our map, provided we have one. Yes, you may. They seemed friendly enough, so we let them have a look at the map. They thanked us and offered us some supplies in exchange. We graciously accepted and wished them luck on their quest. Something should be done about Ted's sickness. Timmy's looking very pale. It's not good. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. Mary Jane has rested. Awesome. I'm gonna have to hold off on that. A scientist, at least supposedly, arrived on our doorstep yelling, "Dr. Sharikov, are you in there?" He was looking for his lost cat, but kept referring to his pet as his favorite assistant. His research apparently can't go on without the cooperation of Dr. Sharikov. Since the cat doesn't seem keen on moving out of our bunker anytime soon, the doc wants us to compensate him by helping him with his project. In these circumstances, it might not be the worst idea to befriend other wastelanders, even the batshit crazy ones. Another knock on the door, huh? Ted keeps coughing. Where's water? Ted needs it. Timmy's still quite sick. Timmy's rested. We can't leave Timmy without water. Okay, so everybody needs some water. Cockroach alert. Thankfully not here, but in our friend's camp. The place is all set and ready for moving in, but the siblings came over today to tell us that they encountered a problem. They found a nest of mutated cockroaches right in the middle of the camp, and they would like to get rid of them before anybody moves in. They're asking if we have anything that could prove useful in fighting these creatures. Yes, I do. The roaches proved to be reasonable. They responded to violence by moving out. They didn't even put up much of a fight. Maybe they were peaceful. Who cares? The camp is now ready to live in, and we hope our friends will enjoy their new insect-free home. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Timmy needs an extra blanket. He's shivering all the time. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Okay, that's not great. Send someone to a meeting with the military. Wait for twins to finish building the camp. I would love to send a meeting with the military. There was another military announcement on the radio. The soldiers are nearby and ordering a single person from each survivor camper to meet them and outline the group situation. This is a bit odd. We do hope they mean well. It's still pretty much the only thing we can do, so it's probably worth sending someone over. We'll send out Ted. I know he's sick. And he's only going to get worse, but that's okay. We managed to make it to the meeting in time. We tried our best to answer the questions the soldiers asked us. Let's hope we fulfilled their expectations, and our ragged appearance didn't make a bad impression. We don't think Dolores is coming back from the surface. It's been too long. No! Ted is still sick. Timmy is looking very pale. That's not good. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane. I don't have much soup left, though. We'll feed them and give everybody some water. Yeah, I guess I'll send Mary Jane out. She's in the best condition. Just when we thought we might have a quiet day, we got invaded. A group of bandits is on the other side of that door, demanding we walk out, hands in the air, or they will get in the hard way. That doesn't sound good. What do we do? Harmonica! It worked the last time. Ooh, man, Ted, you're not looking doing great. We live to see another day. Our attempt at producing beautiful, sorrowful music that would soften their hearts resulted in a cacophony of hellish noises instead. The attackers ran away, covering their ears. They will probably be back. Ted keeps coughing. Timmy is still quite sick, and Mary Jane is fine. Doesn't need anything. All right. That's all we got. Get out there. Bring back some medical supplies, preferably. Ted's been sick for like 10 days. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Timmy's still quite sick. Alright, the cat wandered out of the shelter and returned with a small note from the crazy scientist urging us to help him with his new project. He's building some sort of vehicular contraption, but gave us no details. He only wrote that if all goes well, we can use this vehicle to get out of the wasteland. The doc told us to start stockpiling for the trip, starting with several bottles of water. He'll come around to pick them up soon. Okay. Well, I don't have much water left, to be honest with you. And they need water now. It's difficult to keep our spirits up in this situation. We do hope this whole mess will be over soon, or else we might end up in a place much worse than this cozy shelter. A knock on the door. Better be the military. It's hard not to worry considering our current situation. Some days we're still struggling to deal with the shelter life. But we can't lose hope. Okay, not thirsty, but still sick. The doc came, and I don't have enough water. Knocking on our door to collect the supplies that he requested. They're important for the project, he said. We can trust him. After all, he's a doctor. It's a lot of water, and I just don't have it. This guy is a bit too nutty, even by our standards. We'll hold on to our supplies for now. We can always change our minds later. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet. Timmy needs an extra relationship all the time. Time to ration supplies. Bandits are at the door. It's time we make our stand or surrender. I can't make a stand. I don't have anything to do it with. That can't be good. They're going to take my water. Oh, they took Timmy. We watched helplessly as those cruel thugs took Timmy out of the shelter. We hope we'll see him again someday. The commotion coming from outside can only mean one thing. Bandits. Mary Jane probably walked right into them. We need to face the possibility that she's not coming back. It's just Ted. Where's the water when Ted needs it? There isn't enough food to go around. Even Ted has nothing to eat. It's probably not a good idea sending Ted out, because every time I've sent someone out, they've died. But, what we initially thought was thunder turned out to be the heavy knocking on the door. Someone either hates that door or is very determined for somebody else. Well, I don't have much to lose at this point. Oh. I've been cleaned out. We opened the door expecting friendly faces. Instead, we were beaten, tied up, and forced to watch a band of raiders plunder our home. If there was ever a time we thought of our shelter as home, it was right then. All of our supplies were plundered. Nothing was left behind, save for a few damaged items. We don't know how we're going to survive. There isn't enough food to go around. Even Ted has nothing to eat. Ted keeps coughing. Ted's no longer thirsty. No supplies to give you, Ted. You know, him going outside is the best thing I can do now. Die in your fallout shelter. Aww. I made it 62 days. Ted left for the surface, so we hope he'll be back soon. It was very unwise of Ted to walk right into the hands of a gang of filthy bandits camped nearby. He's not coming back. Of all places we could have perished, this is probably the best one, or maybe not. We spent 62 days in our shelter. Dang, that was a very rough run. It was going so well, and then I didn't want to go with the spies, and it ruined everything. Ah, man. That was a little rough. Alright, I think that'll be it for tonight, though. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow.